Welcome to Relay. This is Lindsay Hine. I've missed the crew here. Today I'm joined with two of my co-hosts, Erica Kemp and Peter Bromka. What's up, everybody?
I feel like it took you a little while to get excited just there. I mean, I don't know if you've been on some other podcasts that are more mundane. We were like, "What's up, Relay? We're here." You're like,
Yo, what's
"Welcome to
going
the."
on? You needed
Yeah.
a Kofuzi intro. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that's not. Mike's a little more restrained than that. He keeps it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
Yo,
know.
Relay, what's going
I was on a
on?
run this past weekend. Shout out going running with your friends. I have only begun to be able to do that. It's super fun. And someone was like, "Yeah, Kofuzi something." I was like, "Yeah, Mike's the best." And they're like, "Yeah, I was reading someone who was like being a hater for him." I was like, "Mike has haters? Like, what?
No,
Like?"
no
I was
way.
like, "Maybe you're." I cautioned the guy that maybe he was looking too deeply down rabbit holes that he should just avoid. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's Mike would say he gets pushback on ideas, but like, come on, those are not the
No,
people we need to glorify with our time.
he is
Um,
like, I feel like there's no way Mike has any real haters. That is a false statement. I don't believe
Maybe
it.
they're jealous. I mean, there's probably the people who are like, I could do that. I could be Kofuzi. And you're like, sure
Well,
you
there's
could.
always those people for sure. Maybe that's it.
It's New York City week. Erica, tell us your plan. Where are you going to be? Where should the people look for you on course, or do you not know yet?
Oh, I mean, I will be in the city. It does feel a little weird. I'm not like sharing my location with the
No.
world, but
Yeah.
I will be like running around the city all weekend, hopefully seeing lots of fast friends and not so fast friends. I'll like to see everybody while we're down there. Bryant Park is open for anyone going to the city to visit for either the race or just to cheer them on. It's like the little like winter carnival thing. They have
Oh,
such good food and it's so cute and it's like a dose of Christmas in early November.
Yes.
It's
oh,
Yes.
incredible. So yeah, it'll be a super fun weekend. Halloween's on Friday, so like kicking off New York City Marathon weekend with like Halloween parades. Like
will you
this
wear
will be
a
a
costume
first.
on the train?
Honestly, I was debating it just like a little bit because I
Yeah.
am taking like an evening train down on Friday, but I don't think so. I think I'll restrain myself
Maybe just like a
and
subtle costume, something in the, yeah.
partial costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the thing with New York City weekend because I remember one time I was going for work to do like some live podcast stuff and I refused to fly out on Halloween night because I was like, I will not miss Halloween with my kids. And then my flight got canceled in the morning and I was like Ubering to
Oh,
my live event. Like I got there
it's a lot
20
of
minutes
drama.
after it was supposed to start because I had to take some random route to get there. But yeah, that is always a thing with New York. It's like Halloween weekend and Halloween's on a Friday again this year.
And daylight savings, right? Don't we fall back?
Always.
Like that messes it. Yeah. That
But
adds
you
a
get an
wrinkle.
extra hour,
Yeah. It's not like
which is
people are missing the
amazing.
start.
Like you have to run all of those bridges and all of those hills, but you get an extra hour of sleep.
You get an
Heck
extra.
But you
yeah.
have to get up at like 3 a.m. So it's like
Yes.
they bill it as like an even trade of like, oh, you have to get up really early,
Yeah.
but you get an extra hour. And it's like, if you're getting up before like 5 a.m., it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Your body feels crazy either way.
Yeah.
I will say though, I mean, you're not going to tell the people where you're going to be because that's free for you to go wherever you like. But then what I find crazy about the race is you'll just be running down the road and there's millions of people cheering. And then you'll be like, hey, look, it's Erica Kemp. Like it just like your brain is just like zooms in and you're like, yeah, that's a person that I know. And they're
Now,
like, hey, Peter.
if I like to be over by Central Park. I mean, it's the last couple miles. It's like the most fun. And I
Yeah.
mean, in the last few years, the finishes have been so exciting. Like, and like Central Park is beautiful this time of year. It's just like the best place to cheer from.
Very. I was in New York recently and I ran to the top of the Fifth Avenue hill and was just like looking down it like, man, this thing
Oh,
eats
that's
people
cool.
alive.
Yeah.
It's like, it's very
Scary.
steady. It's just, yeah, it's terrifying location. I was describing it to an athlete I coach as sort of like the 17th mile hill at Boston that goes over the highway. If it was like
Yeah.
twice as long, maybe,
Yeah.
where you're like, just settle in. This is going to eat
I
you.
remember that when I were in Boston, I was livid because no one had talked about that one. Everyone's like, heartbreak this and
Heartbreak.
heartbreak that.
Uh-huh,
But
uh-huh.
it's like heartbreak is famous for like its own reasons, not because it's like the worst thing in the race. I was like,
Right.
that was the worst thing and no one told me about this.
Yeah. And it's the first one that's just like
like in the
Yeah.
face.
Is it
Mhm.
a hot take that the Fifth Ave hill is harder than, like, Queensboro Bridge? Is that a hot take or not a hot take?
I hope it's something that we're just popularizing to anyone listening. Like, I was saying to
No,
the
it's
guy, I'm like,
coming.
promise me you'll just slow down appropriately and grind up the Queensboro Bridge. Like, he's a talented runner. He's an experienced runner. He can just change gears. I feel like the only people who face demise at Queensboro are the ones who are like, I'm just determined to maintain my pace. And then it's very hard. Whereas Fifth Avenue, you could just get there and be like, I don't have, it's like trying to pay a toll that where you're like, I don't have enough money to pay this toll.
But
And
also, like, it's such a hard part of the course regardless of it's just, like, the hardest part of the marathon. You're, like, mile
yeah,
23, right? Mile 24. It's, like, so hard no matter if you have a hill or not. But I do remember the first time I ran New York being like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what is happening right
yeah,
now?"
like, ow,
Like, I
oh,
heard it was gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but it just never stopped. It never ended.
well, I am very excited to watch the broadcast. I hope that they do more showing of the athletes than showing of like random local people who raised money. But we gotta hope for things.
It's all
When
I
we
just get sad when it's like, I get it, you show the leaders, but, like, also focus on the top Americans in like, that's who we wanna those are the athletes we, like, know that we've built relationships with, so it's like, focus on the top athletes, that's good, and then once they come through, don't just cut off. If, like, Erica Kemp is coming in 8th place, I want the cameras on Erica Kemp, you know?
uh, I got called out by Sarah Hall one time for saying that online, and then she said, "Hey, Peter, like who's saying I won't be with the lead pack?" And I'm like, "Not me, definitely not me. That's not what I meant."
I was scared what you were gonna say because I was
I know.
like, that is a very because like Sarah Hall has always been like a day one, like I don't give a damn about being top American. I want to
Totally.
win the race.
Yeah. So
Totally.
she
Top
puts her,
American
yeah,
is like not on my list of boxes to check. Like, and I respect the fuck out of it. Like
yeah.
it's hardcore and I mean it's powered her to like literal like podium finishes. But like the fans
100%.
do appreciate it who like have no idea what's happening and like it is nice on American soil for them to like have anything to cling on to. But like from an athlete perspective, Sarah's a baller and I love that attitude.
Totally. I get it too. And like I still want to see American or not. I want to see the top 3 finishers, but then like keep it on. Keep it
Mhm.
on. I just want to see I want to see all of our people come in. And it just cuts away and you're like, "But wait, what's happening? You haven't even finished the top 10."
Yeah, that is a bit weird on the broadcast.
Come on. Who do we take this up with?
For those listening, we were reviewing the elite fields, and Lindsay Hines squealed. She got so excited by some of the participants. So yeah, talk about who people willing to make moves. Like, as we know, sometimes goes out fast, but almost always like all the women are in it. And Kellen Taylor's been known to lead the charge through Brooklyn, so she's back for more. In 2025, I have not kept many tabs on her progress. Or sounds like she's training well. I don't know. I
Kellen's
was
just
listening.
like, get up, grind, get it done, get back to all the other crap she's doing. She's doing so much.
I won't make Erica spill the beans on her friend and training partner, but I listened to the interview with M. Sisson, and if I was her competitor, I'd be like, "Oh man, she sounds like she's got that fire back. Damn it!" Like,
She ready to go.
because like all of 24, she was like, "Yeah, it's okay," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh," but
No, it's
she
been
sounds
like really
fired up.
fun to like see her like just get back to form. Obviously like the build up to Paris was just like tough, like physically, mentally, and then like the actual race was also like incredibly tough. That Paris course was very unkind, especially if you weren't like even remotely 100% to begin with. But
Yeah,
and just like the marathon in general just like takes a lot out of you and it took a while just to like get back to like being M Sisson, like the one that we like you're like standing on the start line, you're like, holy shit, we're all in over our heads. Like
yeah,
she is like on another planet. But she like got back to like the short stuff where she started and like has been running so, so well. And it's been so fun. She like moved overseas, which was like a big
Mhm.
thing, but the weather's been pretty kind. Training's been going really well. It's really nice to like have her back for a couple weeks here and there, but it should be fun to like see her
Awesome.
American soil marathon return.
Okay, this is her first New York.
Mhm.
So that's exciting too.
Mhm.
She sounds understandably like unburdened by it's like just go and rip it, not like all the qualifiers or the chasing the times or
Yeah.
that's why we love New York City.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
But there are so many people on this list. I mean, Chicago we knew was a lighter American field, but comparative to New
Mm-hmm.
York. But man, we just went through the list before the call and I was like, dang, dang, dang. I can't
Yeah, I mean,
remember who did I squeal
I'll
about?
rattle it off. We got Sarah Hall, who just seems to give less fucks the older she gets. Just like here we go. Um, Susanna Sullivan is back. I want to hear about how I'm excited to see how that goes about. Fiona is back at the starting line. Molly Seidel, Annie Frisbee, Sarah Vaughn, Kellen Taylor, Steph Bruce. I feel like they are a dynamic duo. I don't know if they still consider themselves like
I
I
think
think of
they
them
still
as two
train together a little
superheroes.
bit.
There's some other American athletes who I don't really know,
Amanda
but then we got
Vestry debut.
yeah, Amanda Vestry's debut. Here we go. Feels like I mean you chose to debut in Boston, which is its own tricky madness. Feels like New York
It
is
seemed like
both
a good idea
tricky.
at the time.
Yeah. I feel like Amanda's gonna we have reason for high hopes, right? I mean, like she's a racer and it typically goes out in that sort of racing style. I feel like just cover moves. I don't know.
Well, that's why she's doing New York. That's what she told me. She's like, I didn't want my first marathon to be a race where like I care about time or anything
Mhm.
like that. I want it to be a race where like I'm running hard, I'm running with a group and I'm competing. That's what the goal is. So I think that's interesting because there are the people that choose to debut in like Chicago. Clearly, you're going for like, I want a fast debut. So yeah, it's interesting tactic. Wonder why
I
you
like that
decide to
racer
do one
mentality.
over the other.
Yeah. I mean, New York's also been known to take care of people. You
You
know.
know, too, though,
Sorry.
after
You have to elaborate. That sounds like they like kill
Sorry.
people.
like they give a lot more money than Chicago. Is that
Yeah, they
what you
fly him
mean?
in. Oh yeah, like they put him in some
The
cinder block
dollar
boots.
bills
No,
are bigger. I saw in
yeah.
Fast Women it said when Allison was covering Molly Seidel on Allie's podcast, she was like, New York offered her a small amount or something like that. Is that what the paragraph said? And I was like, a small amount from New York? Hmm. Did you say that though? Because New York is known for giving large amounts?
I think they give good appearance fees, particularly for debuts. They also, my understanding is, treat people well in a big city. You know, like put them up.
Gotcha.
Traditionally, they've like taken athletes who have yet to debut and like get them to ride along in a car. You know, like to see the race to sort of say like this could be you. Like,
That
there's
was
been
me.
and you were like, "Thanks, no thanks.
I
I'm
still haven't
headed
run
north."
it.
Yeah, you're like, "I'll
One
get
of these
there."
days.
Oh man, I can't wait. I
No, it
think
was
you
so
can.
scary
I think you'll
watching the
do
whole
well at that.
course. You're like, oh God. Because it's like incredible that you get to see the course start to finish in that lead vehicle, but you also see the course start to finish. And there is something really nice about not really knowing what's coming up. Because you're like, oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
like I know there's these bridges. I'm doing all my like hills and my strength training and like mentally preparing. But then you see it and you're like, oh, it's like
yeah.
bigger
The
than I
little
thought.
like the half marathon, which again is 3 miles before the Queensboro Bridge. It's something about spatially.
Yeah.
You're like, it's this overpass kind of riser that's off towards Queens, and you're just really far from the finish. You're not like, well, we'll just go. You're just like, oh
But it is a
yeah.
great tour of the city. So there's that.
But wait, tell me about this. This must have been cool to ride in a car down the Queensboro Bridge and loop around with the fans all there.
It was very cool.
Oh,
We got like the whole fan experience because like I was in the women's lead vehicle, so the men were ahead of us. So there were like
Oh, cool.
enough people like out and cheering. So it's like
Yeah.
I got the full fan experience
fun. That's
from the
so
car
good.
where it was warm and we
That's
didn't have to
so
run.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I ran New York was 2022, and it was a little bit hot that year, and I remember
Yeah.
I was, like, warm at mile 2, and I was like, "Well, this isn't gonna be very fun." But at the half marathon, I was like, "Cool." I'm, like, really, really hot. That's when I think most people are, like most of us, normal runners are like, "Okay, we're just running today. That's what we're doing."
No,
I
22
wanna
was
put
super hot.
It was
Yeah,
pretty hot.
that sounded gross. I wanna start a campaign, Erica, to get you on like, one of those motorcycle broadcast, car, like, the little sidecar, because I feel like
Oh, I would
you'd
kill a
notice the
sidecar.
city. Yeah, you'd be like you're like, "Shout out to the girl with the sick labubu over there on the left," like, it would be
Think I do have really good eyesight. And Lindsay can attest to this. I
Yeah,
was really good at spotting people in those
you
crowds
were.
while we were staring into the sun.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you, Erica, that the one woman that I cheered really loud for, and I remember I was looking for 2
Yes.
that were right by your friend. The other girl came in right behind my girl, and she did text me, and she was like, "You were cheering for someone else." And I'm like, "Oh, man, I hate that so much."
I would literally delete myself from their lives. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
You're like,
embarrassing.
I know. I felt bad for her too, because you wait and you know where someone's gonna be, and then they're,
Yeah.
like, over
Oh,
the top cheering for, like, someone that's not you. They're like, "Wait, I'm here too."
you
just the
see them leaping
betrayal.
and then yell out someone else's name. Yeah. I
She
was
ran
It
like,
was hard
"What?"
though.
26.1 miles and you cheered for someone else.
And they were well, no, it was my other person.
Yeah.
Yes, but, like, yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
did what were the odds that they were gonna she was literally 10 steps behind this
and they
girl.
didn't know each other.
No. Mm-mm. One I coach, and the other is a friend from Raleigh that I just know from when I moved here. So, yeah, it was sorry, Kathleen, I love you.
I hope you sent her a voice note to make up for it of just you screaming.
That's some emotion. Um, I wanted to give a shout out to I was listening to the Coffee Club podcast this morning where Joe Klecker, they're interviewing him before his debut at New York City,
Mhm.
and he makes repeated uh, glowing mention of his coach Laura, who he does not ever say Laura Thweet's last name or explain that like what her position is with the team. He just is like, and then Laura reminded me this, and then Laura helped me with that. And so, like, if you're a listener and you've heard Laura in the past on Relay, you might go enjoy that. He definitely is getting schooled by experienced racers on how to tackle the marathon, and he even admits in a great way, like you can only prepare so much, and then you actually have to run the race, and we'll see how it goes. Like he's
Yeah.
like, I felt very prepared for the Houston half marathon, and then the gun went off, and I felt underprepared. So, yeah, I am excited to. I'm sure Laura will be somewhere out on course, and I'm hopeful for Joe. It's a big. I know this is a female heavy fandom I'm sitting with right now, but I'm excited
No, that's a big
for
one to be excited for.
yeah. I mean, and then also
You're
BS and
allowed,
Bassa
Peter.
crushed.
We can still be
BS and
excited for men.
We don't hate
Okay.
them.
Some people watch men's sports. The BS and Bassa ran 206 last year abroad, and I think it just was sort of like went under the radar. Excited to have him throwing down. We were talking before we started recording. Alex Mayer, 208 PB is a crusher, and then we have like the Colin Bennies, the Reed Fishers.
They're both running?
Mhm. Colin's also getting married a week later.
Okay.
Wow.
So
So
hopefully he
don't
comes
come to
out of
him
this
with any
one
seating
piece.
arrangement. Yeah. Like always, he'll bounce back for the dance party at his own wedding.
He's very chill about it. His fiance planned better and did not decide on New York. She decided on something well after the wedding.
Okay.
Erica, who's the couple that you, like, take credit for, you didn't room with the person and then they end up getting
Oh, that
married?
was Ben Flanagan and his Falmouth host fam.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was like, I think that was you. Yeah, that's your story. Ben
That
Flanagan, because he ended up what was the story? He roomed with
So when I showed up to Falmouth, and I was like checking in, they had our like rooming assignments on this like board kind of thing. And they're like, oh, like you're going to be with Ben Flanagan. He's not here yet. And I was like, oh, well, actually, like my college teammate is also coming, and if I have to like room with a guy, I would feel more comfortable rooming with like a guy from my college team because I was like 2 weeks out of college. And they were like, oh, like, sure, no problem. Like, we'll find another family for Colin or for Ben. So then I roomed with my college teammate in like the original host family. And then they like, whenever Ben showed up, put him with that family. And that family is like his wife
That's
and
right.
mother
That's
of his
right.
child is the daughter of that
Amazing.
family.
So good. What would have happened? We'll never
It all
know.
worked out.
It all worked out. That's so good.
Speaking of Ben Flanagan, Canadian Marathon champ, just made his
Yeah.
debut.
Okay.
Super chill in Toronto.
What did he
I
run?
mean,
2:15.
Okay. Okay.
Like, got the dub for Canadian champs, got one under his belt. Seems
Nice.
like in one piece. So
yeah, that's what we like to
checked all the
see.
boxes.
Get some points on the board. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
these definitely. He looked humbled in a good way. Like, oof,
Yeah.
that was tough. And you're like, yeah, exactly.
Like he just ran his first marathon. So let's see here. Who else do we want to talk about on this list?
I'm super excited for Hillary Bohr
Okay. Yes.
making his marathon debut. I didn't realize he ran so fast at the New York City half. He went sub 60.
Wow.
Because I was going to say, like,
Whoa.
oh, the jump from the
Dang.
steeple to the marathon's pretty big, but I think he's going to be just fine.
He'll be, yeah.
Dang. Sub 60. Wow.
I'm not
I'm
worried
just
about it
like-
anymore.
I mean, things are getting quick. It's like,
Yeah.
I have to remind myself, someone runs like 61:30 and they're like, I'm a little disappointed. I'm like, why? And then I'm like, oh yeah, because you were 2 minutes behind like the guy you
Yeah.
told yourself
And
you
he
could
was
run
like
with. So
just so good. And like, he's always been so competitive, like internationally as well. Like, I would love to see like Hillary Bohr top 3 just because
Wow.
it just feels like a Hillary Bohr kind of thing to do.
I was asking Eric about this. Lindsay, did you see the Instagram stories for Tommie Runz yesterday?
I did not.
But you should. I think they will be.
Are they still up? I
They
can
might-
go look
I
now while you
bet they-
guys discuss.
When we
Is
talked
he
to Tommie
putting
last
pictures
week,
of his? All I know is he messaged all of us about
Oh.
wanting to show us his toes.
I don't.
And
think
we
I wanna see.
respectfully declined.
Mhm.
He's posting feet pics, you guys. He's posting.
I was
feet
going to say, I
pics.
just
Oh,
went to his
no.
story. He has a blur.
Tommie. He
That's
is.
a real-
It's
He's trying to
censored.
get an OnlyFans page out of this run.
Ugh. Oh. Not
Wait, he
everyone
says-
has it.
Starting a close friends dedicated to these works of art. Oh, so Erica, all you have to do is sign up. Is tell him you
I don't
want
want to be in that group.
Yeah, no.
Peter's
thank
doing
you.
enough damage to my algorithm. I don't also want Tommie's feet pics.
Tommie Runz
You know-
just called the front desk
I
at
will
the
never
hotel
recover.
and asked them to bring up a sewing kit and a few alcohol swabs. Is that
Oh,
for his
no.
toes? Oh,
Lindsay, the key takeaway, I'm going to focus on the beauty
Okay,
of
give
the
it to me.
100-mile
Yep, tell
race
me.
was he was followed by a videographer who just documented a lot of him coming, it's a 5-loop race, 20 miles or so.
Yeah.
And then what stood out to me was just, we know Tommie Runz as like this entertaining, jovial, fun-loving dude. And he is just locked in.
really? Is that?
Eat-
does he have a
eat-
reel? Is that what this reel is? Or-
These were all the stories that were reshared,
Oh,
and I think are going to be
man.
made into a YouTube video that's
Okay.
coming out soon. But it's just a lot of he's wearing Oakley's. He's very clearly like shouting out to his sponsor, but it's a little bit like behind those shades. You're like, is he home? Where is
Okay.
he? Like, you get the sense, even without being able to see his eyes exactly, that he's like, what have I gotten myself into? So shout out to him for continuing on.
Tommie, 100 miles. That's no joke. I'm so sad I missed those, though. That's what I get for trying to be like a present mom
Yeah.
on a Sunday,
Everyone's- That was a great backhanded compliment.
Right.
You're like alley-oop to me, and here we go.
Listen,
No,
I did it on
I think-
purpose.
I think it'll be. I'm excited to see what the story has to tell about his first 100-miler, because it both. I don't know about you. Javelina seems so fun that every time I watch clips of it or watch the live feed, I'm like, maybe I'll do that, and then I know that it's way harder than it looks.
You got a
has to
hundo in
be.
you, Peter?
I got a lot of running in me if my body behaves.
They have
Um,
100K. and the 100
I
milers.
know.
You could do the 100K.
The
Could.
100K does seem just so much more doable. My husband's done 50s and 100K. And 100K, like, you can get that done in, like, I don't
I like
know,
how it's everything's
9
relative. We start talking
hours,
about
something like that.
I know.
just bang out a 10-hour run and you're good.
But it's
For
not 20.
I've never run over. I don't think I've ever run over 4 hours. So this would be a new territory.
Yeah. They're fun. They're fun to spectate too. It's a
It
good
looks
time.
super fun to spectate.
Yeah.
At first, like, the, like, looped course sounds, like, crazy, even though, like, where else would you send people off for 100 miles? But seeing them a lot
Yeah.
does sound really fun.
It is a costume, like glow light, black light type of affair. And yeah, just seems like well supported, which is a great place to start, Um,
Mhm.
I don't know.
What's
We're
the
gonna
deal
have to
with
hear about it.
Javelina though? Like, did he get in with like an influencer bib or like can anybody run? I don't know the deal on that.
You could sign up. My
You can just
understanding
sign
is
up.
he
Anybody can
seems to
sign
have
up.
done it with done Hoka
Yeah,
support.
he
Yeah.
did it with the brand, but you don't. This isn't like one of those ultras where like you have to
Oh,
have
I see.
any kind of special entry or anything.
No, he's trying to manifest a
No.
Western States bib, but right now you're able to sign up for.
He gonna have to get top 2 to get that golden ticket.
I know last week on the pod, he said he was secretly, coming for David Roche.
Yeah.
He missed his mark a little
See.
bit, but he's just getting started.
I love it. That's so good.
It's gonna ride that train. I'm excited to try to talk to him in the near term before he comes out of that like bubble of being sore,
Mhm.
Be like, you really want to go do, if you got a brand
While
bib
it's
to
still
one of these
fresh.
other. Yeah, exactly. Like, you sure on that third lap in the heat of the day you were super psyched on continuing this being an ultra guy? You do get invited on ultra podcasts, but you got to earn your
Oh.
way there.
We want his pain to be in recent memory is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
or maybe even like current. Yeah,
Current
exactly.
memory,
Yeah.
toenails still falling off. Yes. For sure.
Go check out Tommie's socials. I guess you can get access to
To his
whatever
feet.
you want.
Peter, one of the other things you brought up before the call was Ruth Chepng'etich. Did I say that right?
Chepng'etich. Yes.
Yeah. And we were all kind of saying like, well, there's not a lot to say, but yeah, I always think it's interesting to see which pros speak out like I'm pissed, about this. I think it was Emma Bates. Who else did I see speaking out against it? Yeah, I don't know. Erica, I feel like you're the best person on this call to just like give your feelings on it considering you are a pro in these fields.
Yeah, I mean, all they did recently was, like, formalize what, like, we knew what was coming, so it went from, like, provisional to, like, confirmed, so it's not like this was the breaking news, like, the breaking news was, like, months ago, was, like, all the initial waves of, like, frustration and anger and just, like, "You've gotta be kidding me." But there's also, like, a piece of it that's just, like, what are we, the athletes, gonna do about it? Because, like, that's probably one of the more frustrating parts is, like, there's not a whole lot as, like, individual athletes or even, like, collectively as athletes we could really do because we can't enforce punishment on someone else. I can't just be like, "Hey, like, Janet, I think you're cheating. You should sit this one out." Like, I have no proof.
Mhm.
I have no authority. Like, that's not how anything works. So, like, the power is with, you know, WADA and like the different like doping agencies of the different countries. So, like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of just like everything else. Like, those are your bodies of authority. And if they don't enforce it, like, there's really not a whole lot you can do. And like, we're just at a point where it's like, what happens when like your authority figures aren't actually doing their jobs?
Wait a
Um,
second. Are
and
we talking about Ruth Chepng'etich or something else? 'Cause
yeah,
this
well, that's
is
what I
broadly
mean.
applicable.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where we're at in life, in like the state of doping and like in the world in general. It's just like, what do you do when like your systems are not working? And it's like, I have no idea, truthfully, because like random people can't just assume that authority. would be nice, but it would also be out of hand.
Yeah.
I care enough about this sport and talk about it on podcasts that people DM me and are like, wait, if she got busted in the spring, why does her world record from the fall count? And I'm like,
Yeah, that one's tough to answer.
sorry, I'm shrugging. You can't see this unless you're on YouTube. Like, I'm just like,
We don't know.
and someone's like, wait, but why would she only start doping after she set the world record by minutes? And I'm like, it's a very good question.
It's a great question.
Yeah, I mean, well, the other news that had come out was like some like incriminating text messages.
The texts are the craziest part. I was talking to Emily Sisson and Molly Huddle about this on our run yesterday. Cause it's like, yeah, like whatever, like the whole like masking agent and like 3 months or 3 years, like whatever. But like the photos of testosterone and the text to Ruth that's like, hey, I was referred to you on how to use this. How do I use this? And it's like, hello?
I use WhatsApp for a lot of communication for people all over the globe. And that app really wants to auto download all images to your camera roll.
It sure
and
does.
even if I'm like, hey, no, stop it. Like, and it'll like reset itself every couple of months. Like, oh, here we are again, downloading anything. So I was thinking of taking some of those texts and just sending them to my friends and being like,
That's so
hey,
funny.
I was advised to ask you how to use this, and be like, what are you talking about? Like, what if the authorities like download my phone?
It did
Thanks,
say
Peter.
like there is like a secondary investigation like ongoing. So like maybe there will be more like bigger consequences that come from like the additional stuff they found on her phone. Like it's not like this is the end of it. Like they did say, I forget if it was, I think it was the AIU. It was like, no, like we found stuff on her phone. Like that's not what this ban is about, but there's like ongoing investigations. Cause I was like, I don't even care about the masking agent at this point. What do you mean you are the tutorial girl for how to use testosterone? Like, how do you get that reputation?
YouTube influencer.
Or like that's a really bad, like wrong number text.
Yeah. No, sorry, not me. I'm not sure who you're talking about.
Yeah, the whole thing's wild.
What is the appropriate level of testosterone you can have in your body? And is that something you even check? Because obviously some people just naturally have more testosterone than others.
Lindsay, let's discuss the biological passport.
Yeah. Like, do you know what the biological passport is?
No.
You can explain it for Lindsay and the listeners at home.
Well,
should I know? Should I feel stupid for not knowing?
No.
Don't feel stupid. You can just
So like obviously
listen.
Everyone's like natural testosterone levels are like quite varied. Some people have a lot, some people don't have a lot. But you have multiple drug tests over time. So like they have a baseline of what is normal for you. So like if that value suddenly doubled,
gotcha.
Or like something, or just had like a very big change, even if it was still within the like quote unquote natural range, if it was a massive change from what you typically show, they would they would flag that.
But like, when do you get your baseline? It's like getting your baseline mammogram or whatever it is, like to compare to.
I mean, theoretically, if you started doping when you were like 8, 9, 10 years old, you could have a really high baseline.
So there are athletes who are not eligible to compete in major championships because they're so fresh on the scene that they haven't taken enough drug tests. Like, they, even without, failing anything, just the governing body says like, you need to have taken a small handful. I think it's like 3 or something. And they're like, thanks for being new to the scene, but if you want to be part of this trusted environment, and that's where the trusted environment requires some like belief, some like some accountability, and some like, wait a second. So
interesting.
Yeah, these group texts, I'm always a big fan of giving a shout out to Federico Rosa as someone who should be banned and should not be able to represent athletes. I've heard the most amazing argument. I was like, this is a beautiful argument because it's ridiculous. People are like, well, he represents so many athletes. It's like a too big to fail. Like we can't let.
It's almost like even more reason why he should not be.
I know. It's like maybe he shouldn't. And they're like, I mean, who's to say that he only, represents dopers? He represents a lot of people. And you're like, That doesn't hold any water.
He represents quite a few, like his percentage of athletes that
Ugh.
fail drug tests is significantly higher than
Yeah,
other agents in the scene.
exactly. You'd be like, it wouldn't take, too much of a fine-tooth comb to be like, maybe we just go talk to these people. And yeah,
It just like, somebody else was posting about this on their Instagram stories. Do you guys know who Brady Holmer is?
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I think he's like an exercise physiologist or something. I heard him on somebody else's podcast, and I thought he was really interesting. But anyway, he was posting his Instagram stories about this, and I felt like I agreed with him so much. It's like it's just so hard to know what to be excited about, and I hate that I feel that way because it's just like the cliche thing. We've always say this, like, you assume innocence, right? You assume that someone is clean, but again, when you saw that 209, it's like so then this year in Chicago when the winner was 215, I was like, "Okay, that feels like a reasonable time to get excited about. Maybe I wouldn't have felt like that 5 years ago with the 215 because times have just gotten so fast now, but, yeah, I mean, it's just when she ran that 209, I was just kind of like, "How can we believe that?" You know? And I don't wanna
That's a
be
bummer.
cynical. I don't
It's
wanna
a
feel
bummer.
like that. I hate that.
No, that one was tough because, like, when she ran 209, I remember wanting to believe in it so bad because I was like, if
Mm,
this isn't like, this would be so bad for everyone if, like, something were to come out later. And here we are, and it's like a scenario I never would have imagined because it's not like, "Oh, yeah, like, she was for sure like, that's not a clean record," and, like, we missed that mark by a few months. So it's like this really awkward limbo of, like, do we believe in it because it's still standing?
It's
Or,
still
like, is this a
standing.
give it 2 more years for them to do more testing and more
totally.
whatever?
Who's got the next fastest time? I'm curious.
Someone was there something between the 212 and the 209?
There was a 211, I thought. Didn't Safan Hassan run a 211 in
I
Oh,
Chicago?
remember the world record going from 215 to 214 to 212, and then I don't remember what happened between 212 and 209, but it all happened in, like, 3 years.
Yeah, I think Safan Hassan ran a 211 in Chicago. Um, y'all talk, and I'm gonna look it up.
was gonna say, you usually set us up to be the ones
Yeah.
who you're like, all these answers, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, yes, I remember. Yeah, there was some fast times that you're like, this would have been stupendous, except for there's a 209 on the books. I just
Mhm.
really don't want the 209 to be the equivalent of
It is a
the women's
Cefa.
800 record that we're all like, great, an 80s,
Mhm.
that's now been around for almost 40 years. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to think. So it brings out the worst. And I guess in a good way. Okay, I'm looking for a silver lining. We didn't have to wait long from when the record was set to be like, ooh, yeah.
Okay, wait. So Asefa ran 211:53 in the Berlin Marathon in 2023, and I think that Safan has the third fastest.
Safan ran a time that you're like, that would have been incredible, except for
Oh, so Safan was 213.
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the third fastest. So 209, 211, 213, or
I do
212, 213.
have
That's a
this
big difference.
weird appreciation that I was on the course and watched Ruth go by, just like watched a comet fly through the sky, and you're like, surrounded by American men who were trying very, very hard to break 210. And
Mhm.
you're like, I was like, something's not computing here. How is there a woman around in this part of the race? But that's what we were seeing. Yeah. Um, that's why racing is the best, Lindsay. That's why like the Olympics are great and the trials are great and New York is great because it's like not solely focused on time.
Totally. Yeah, agree. And we would be remiss to not mention Helen and Sharon both running New York because
Yes. Yeah.
that's always the showdown.
Yeah. We're like, I'm always like, Laura, what's Helen gonna do next? And she looks at me like I'm an idiot. Like, do you know where Helen is successful and makes bank? And I'm like, all right, fine. Yes, New York. Boston, New York, Boston. Here we go.
We'll see who's on top, Sharon or Helen. I just feel like they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
They do, and it's so exciting.
Yeah.
Can we like submit some notes to the broadcast and be like, if you're just, I know you're going to miss some breaks, but like, please just give us they're going to be like this now, the third place male has cleaned himself up. We're going to go interview. And you're like, no.
No.
It's literally the
entering the
last like
park.
5K.
Yeah. Just give us an uninterrupted. You could even do like the interview as a small side box, but we could even sketch it out for them. Like, please, you can do a split screen, but give us most of the real estate on that screen with the women wrapping around the park. Because was it like when Sharon won, it seemed to be from a reservoir being like, I'm just so tired of losing. And you're like, exactly. It's like rivalries for all the best reasons.
That's so good.
So unless you guys have something else, I'm going to have us wrap up with send everybody off with a recommendation because it's about to get loud up in here. But
all the boys are
is there
home.
anything else you guys want to hit before we do that?
I hope everyone tunes in to New York City Marathon. Before we started, I know we just said people watch men's sports, but I promise all of your favorite American women are racing on Sunday. So it is going to be one to
great.
watch.
Yeah.
Truth. So good. Okay. I thought this was relevant. My recommendation. I just finished a book I was reading to my kids called High School Runner. And I feel like it has Peter Bromka's name written all over it.
High School Runner.
Yeah, this book was given to me like years ago, and it's actually my friend's ex-husband wrote the book. And I've just always had it in my like library of books, and we've never read it. And so I just decided to read it to my kids. We just finished it last night, and it's really cute. It's a little bit advanced for the ears of the ages of my kids, so I just like had to selectively omit random things just because it's like teenage boy stuff, that a 9-year-old doesn't need to know about yet. So, there were some things I omitted, but it was really cute, and it just was like made me super nostalgic for like high school cross country. And the book is a lot about like the kids' relationship with their coach, who is kind of like going through a hard time in his life, but like at the end of the day, he loves those kids so much and they love him so much. So it's kind of heartwarming.
So it's fiction.
Yes.
Well,
and it's a high school cross country team out of Indiana too, because the author's from Indiana. So yeah, it's super fun. And it's the boys team. That's why I thought you would like it, Peter.
I don't know if I knew about it.
Because you're a boy.
Because you're a boy.
Boys like boy sports.
I just feel like you're probably one of the biggest cross country dorks ever, and that like high school nostalgia would really, I feel like you would like
this
it.
Is the beauty of the running world is if my friends who are geekier than me listen to this, they'd be like, he does like, I'm way geekier than Peter. Like they would be, I was having a friend was explaining the current high school ranking system that is used to me on text message yesterday. Like, come on, Peter, you don't know about the Tolley runners system? And I was like, I don't know about the system by which cross country runners are like plotted on a graph from upstate New York with like a score. I'm like, this is so
crazy.
Lindsay, there are always more depths of
well,
nerdiness.
I was just thinking about it after I finished the book. I don't know. Erica's probably too young, but I'm sure, Peter, you did this. Like, I remember running cross country in high school and every Sunday morning getting the newspaper out, and because they would list our names and like our times, like at least the top 5 on the team. And so like, I remember being so excited to like cut my name, like see my name in the paper. And I guess now they do that online. People don't.
I like how you describe the internet. Thank you. No, I mean, it's true. We are starting to interview people. Yeah. We're Erica, we're interviewing people for Road to the Trials, and we can't wait to have you on. Sorry. But where I pull up their bios and I'm like, oh wow, I can like see their middle school times on some of these
Oh,
websites. You know,
fun.
you're
It's
just
funny.
like, it's just so much
They've been
data because
around their younger
yeah,
runners.
they're on the
Is what
younger
you're
side, so
saying.
that most of their career happened where the internet was happening. I wanted to give a shout out to The Running Ground, a book by Nick Thompson that's coming out tomorrow officially. He's the CEO of The Atlantic. He used to be the editor of Wired. He's also worked at The New Yorker. So let's just say he's got some influential friends. He was on like oh shoot, which show? Like Good Morning America. Like it's a well publicized book release as far as books go, but I got an advanced copy and it was a fun read. He's lived a very interesting life and running has been a constant throughout that. So it's a cool book and it comes out tomorrow.
I love that.
Well,
Yeah.
on the theme of running books, I have not finished it because I didn't like where it was going, but it is good. It's just like it reads like a diary, and I was like, this is a bit stressful and like,
Oh.
but it's called We Love to Run. It's about a D3 women's cross
Yes.
country team set in New England, which I love. So it honestly feels like it could be like Wellesley or something, but the way she writes about, and it's like, I actually can't tell whose perspective it's from, but it's about their top 5 and they're all so different. They're all like fighting their own demons. And I was like, every single cross team in this country has these 5 girls. And it's like, it's too much, but it was really fun while I read it. I didn't finish
Sorry,
it
the
because I was like,
name again? What was it?
We Love to Run.
We Love to Run. Yeah, because I heard about
Like
that this
loved, like
summer.
past tense. Yeah, it
Oh,
just came
Loved
out.
to Run. Yes.
Who's the author, Erica?
I'm like a third of the way through
I think
it.
it's a good sign that you're like, when you're like, it's too intense.
Oh,
I gotta set
Stephanie
it down.
Reents.
Stephanie Reents. It's just like at first I was like, oh, like I don't know if I love like the writing, and then I realized like how stressed I was reading it because like I know these girls
Yeah.
and like I know how bad like so and so wants to win, and like it's a lot. And then like their coach is also this like middle-aged Jamaican man, and I was like, this is so real. I know like 6 colleges in New Jersey that are like this. It's like, who wrote this? Like, I thought this was like nonfiction for a second. But it's been fun so far. I don't know how their season's gonna end, but they were stressing me out, so I stopped reading it. But
this is so good. You wrote. It's like your book is so similar to the book I suggested.
yeah,
It's like the women's version of it.
so I stopped reading as they were heading into the postseason because we were also currently heading into the postseason for college cross country, and it didn't feel like a good vibe. But if you like college cross country, it's this weekend.
So good.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wait, is it?
Oh yeah,
it's
where
conference,
is that?
correct?
Where is that?
I don't know where conference is this year.
Well, all over the place. Sorry, Lindsay. Which thing? We're talking about a lot of conference meets that are happening nationally.
Hey Peter, who's a bigger running dork, me or you?
Where's your
You!
local one gonna?
Always.
More so than the even story about the Iowa State cross country team is the way that the story is being told online. I saw an Instagram post, and then I've seen other ones that say multiple members of the number 1 team ranked in the country are suspended for breaking team rules. And that's
Wait,
as much
I don't know about this.
That's as much. You literally know as much
cryptic.
as much as we know. And so
every
you go into the
single
comments
statement
and
has
there's
been
just
one sentence.
So the women's or the men's cross country
men's team.
They are they can't compete for breaking rules, and we have no idea what those rules are.
And we don't know who they are or what the rules are yet. I guess people are saying, well, at conference, we'll see who runs, but teams don't always run all their top runners at conference. You could say.
I also like saw something that said, or like, I don't remember if it was from the coach or someone on staff, but they were like, the team that ran at like Wisco will not be impacted by these suspensions. And you're like, so is this like our top 5 is like fine and locked in, and then like 10 guys on the team were like doing something they shouldn't have? Like, we will find out much more after they run at conference, but it has been impressively kept under wraps.
Yeah, like if I ever get in trouble,
so public.
Let's say
somebody's dad is a lawyer, or somebody's mom is a lawyer, and they're keeping this locked down.
But I mean, public opinion. If you said like, if I ever get banned from participating on this podcast, please say exactly why I was banned. I'll be like,
yeah,
Peter,
The
There were some
speculation's
moral
usually worse.
discretions.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
also to get suspended for breaking like your team's code of conduct, like the code of conduct is typically like, I will come to practice every day. Like I will not like, use profanity in an interview. I won't drink underage. Like they're usually like, it's a pretty socially like focused contract because it's like your behavior. So to get suspended for that is like, what did you do?
And it's like, should we verify this with like the drug testing or the police or
Literally,
like what?
who are we
Like,
calling?
yeah.
Ghostbusters. Just in case.
Yeah, here we
Wild.
are.
Did
So
you
we'll see. I don't know.
I was just gonna share, one time I got suspended for 3 games in cheerleading in high school.
Throwback. I like this.
Yes, this is a throwback. We were at an away game, and 2 girls stuck their hands in, like, this, like, soda thing in the cafeteria and, like, stole soda, and I drank one of the stolen sodas, and so I got suspended for 3 games.
You were an accessory after the
You were
crime.
accessory.
Yeah, I didn't I did not steal the soda, but I did know they stole it, and I took a drink of it, so I got
Bad.
suspended.
If
Yeah.
it makes you
Tasted
feel
like-
better, I was kicked off my high school track team.
I remember that from our
Not even
first interview.
suspended.
Oh man.
Just like really turn in your uniform and come back when you want to be an athlete.
When you wanna run. When you don't
Man,
wanna
oh,
skip.
man.
I remember that from our first interview,
Mhm.
probably in 2019 or 18 or a
We
long
all
time
have
ago.
a minor criminal past.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yes, we do. Would like to
Man.
know
Just
how
kidding.
you got
Skipping
kicked off
meets
the
is not
team.
criminal, but
I got
It is
suspended from
rude.
my college team for like a week because, in my view, I broke up a fight between 2 teammates. But then
Oh.
because I stood in between them to break it up,
oh my gosh.
then I became involved in it. And the coach was
You
like,
were in the
"You're
fight.
gone. You're gone. You're gone."
That is like the most
Oh.
cartoon thing ever, where you're like literally trying to break it up and then everyone shows up and it's just Peter fighting everyone.
Yeah, I'm like, "Ah." You know what was super? I was mandated with this other young man to go to like the counseling office and to like meet with the counselor to sort it out. And like, I kid you not, both of us were just like so dug in and we're like, I hate this guy. And he's like, I hate Peter. And then I shit you not, like we sat there for the hour and came to understand each other's perspectives. And like by the end, we're like sharing more
Aw.
about how we felt. And then the counselor's like, okay, our time is up. Like, you're welcome to keep chatting. I'll give you the room, but I need to go. And she leaves. And we're just like, we're not lifelong friends. Like, that's not where this ends up. But people are like, how'd it go? Did you give him a piece of your mind? And I'm like, no. I hate to admit this. I like really understand more about where he was coming from and why he was upset.
I like him now.
I'm still
unfortunately.
angsty about it. I'm like, turns out it works. Like,
Turns
meeting
out
with,
counseling actually worked.
Conflict mediation works.
Nice.
yeah. So
Well,
we've all been
this is a
suspended.
shout out to all the high school counselors listening.
Yeah.
Holly,
And
we
those who've
appreciate
been
you.
suspended
Yeah.
or kicked off teams. You
Yep.
got a future.
Go to mediation.
Don't drink stolen pop.
That
I don't
too.
know if that was the key takeaway.
If you've learned anything, the
Yeah.
moral lesson of today.
I always tell children, don't drink stolen pop. Awesome,
Oh,
friends.
all
I
right,
can't wait to
friends.
watch on Sunday. It's going to be great.